Yeah, but we didn't learn that until later on in the seasons.
I mean, but, like, you can obviously see it now that that's the only person she's trying to promote. She didn't think any of these other girls were going to do anything. And to that I say, ha, 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 ha.
So moms, go get Botox.
3 days until competition, though.
Ma'am, no, we're not there yet.
Yeah, we are.
No. That happens, and then it tells us 3 days before competition.
Oh.
That's why it's ahead of it on the paper. Ridiculous. Kathy, Kelly, Christy, and Melissa go get Botox. Of course, they're nervous, but she goes, and then Christy goes, and I don't know if Melissa got any, but I know Kathy did not.
I'm going to say Melissa probably didn't.
Why?
At this point.
Oh, okay. She does eventually.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Melissa probably doesn't in this episode because she doesn't want it to be on television.
Oh, yeah. That's probably right.
You know, like, she wants people to, like, see her and think that she's just naturally beautiful.
Yeah.
Now it's 3 days to competition, thank God.
All of the experience the kids have had competing weekend after weekend is all leading up to this point. So we want to go to Providence. We want to put our best foot forward and come out on top.
But I thought that we were preparing them to be professional dancers.
I always win first because I work really hard in classes and I'm usually against like 7-year-olds. There's a lot of times when I get bumped up and I still get first place, so I don't really get worried.
That's foreshadowing. We know she's going to get bumped. But also, the other kids work hard.
Right, they work just as hard as you, but they don't have 42 secret privates a week.
Exactly.
So, like, there's that.
Yeah, the difference is their teacher doesn't work the same amount of hard for each kid. And if you're competing against younger kids, you should win. But again, she's 8, so, like, Maddie, I'm not coming for you. I'm just saying. Chloe loves her new solo.
Because it's got, like, personality, and she loves solos with personality. She's so cute.
I know. She's so cute. And then we have
Broadway Baby!
I know, we have Broadway Baby in the studio for the first time that we see.
If you guys don't know, I love dogs.
So much.
I have 6.
It's unnecessary.
And I love them.
It's really
also,
unnecessary.
I'm glad that she got Broadway Baby a haircut because she was looking kind of rough. She probably needed a new hairstylist.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I think at this moment, I think it's really sweet to see Abby get really happy and, like, genuinely excited for something. And I also think that whoever trained this dog did so very well because the dog just sits there and watches the dances with, like, the cutest frickin' smile. Kathy, Christy, and Kelly go get lunch down the street, and of course they're talking about the Botox, and Kathy's picking on Christy about her nose and everything else. And
Kathy kept telling me all the other cosmetic procedures I needed, like I needed a nose job. Thank you, Kathy, I'm quite comfortable with the way I look. She was acting like a junior high girl. And, you know, for somebody of that age, you'd think she would have grown up by now.
And I agree. I think that part of it was probably instigated by the producers, and part of it was probably, like, Kathy knew that this was really the only time she could, like, be mean to someone's face.
Yes.
You know? And she knew
Yes.
that it would... She's doing it for a laugh. And deep down, I think she really means it. And it's, like, her way of, like, finally I get to be the mean girl I always wanted to be. That's how it comes off to me.
I have to agree. But then Christy gets a text from her not from her grandmother, but about her grandmother. She was taken to the hospital again.
Yeah.
Homegirl is 87. Good for her.
I know.
But she's got COPD and congestive heart failure. We learn that Christy is super close to her grandparents. They were, like, more her parents than her mom, you know?
Yeah, I think this is sweet that she's... I mean, it's unfortunate that this is why we're hearing about it, but I think it's nice to hear about Chrissy's backstory. Like, I think this is a nice moment.
Yeah, well, I think we learn a lot about just Christy in general and, like, why she is the way she is.
Absolutely.
She didn't have a great relationship with her mom, and that kind of shows in her relationship with Chloe because she really wants to have, like, that good mother-daughter relationship with Chloe, I feel.
Yeah.
And so I really appreciate that for her, you know?
When I was a little girl, I dreamt of taking dance lessons, and I lived with my grandparents. I moved back and forth on and off, and I really want Chloe to go see the house where I grew up in, where I danced on the lawn, and I dreamed of having a life like she does.
And that's so sweet.
Yeah, we haven't
And
got
like
to that,
homeless.
Okay.
Okay, like let's get words out. Wholesome.
Exactly.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jesus. We learned that she grew up partially on the naval base, and she used to make her little sister Jody do recitals in the front yard all the time. That's some shit that you would make me do.
Yeah, all the time. We would have dance recitals with our Barbies. We would put on dance recitals for stuffed animals. I mean, honestly, truly, anyone
That would watch.
And it wasn't just dance recitals. I mean, you and I probably acted out the entirety of The Sound of Music.
Okay.
Probably a good 36 times.
Wait,
every day.
I can't watch The Sound of Music.
Why? Because it's the greatest movie ever made.
Literally watched it 5 bazillion times every day growing up. That's what we watched because Eleanor had to watch it.
Yeah, I was obsessed. I still am obsessed with it. It's my favorite movie in the entire world. So,
Okay.
Julie Andrews is a gift from Jesus himself.
Well, yes.
So, that's the end of that conversation.
One day to competition. I feel like this episode has gone real fast. Real fast.
It has, because
Where Have All the Children Gone is a very haunting, dark piece of music, and I love to use stuff like that. At some competitions, you'll see a lot of dark things, and at others, it's your typical upbeat, fun, tap, jazz, whatever. So I try to get my kids to do everything.
I honestly don't ever remember having like super dark pieces
No, I mean,
at
definitely,
competitions.
there were certain competitions where things leaned a little bit more modern.
We already know that they can jump and kick and leap and turn. That's not in question. But can they convey this story to the audience? A story which some of them don't even understand.
I really like that sentiment. I think that she knows that they're pretty good dancers, and she knows that to be a great dancer, you have to be able to tell a story. I agree with Abby that now that they, once you get to a certain level, you have to add in the acting.
Yeah, but also
Otherwise-
at the same time, like, is this the story that they need to convey?
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying, in this sentiment, I get what she's saying. I don't necessarily agree that this is the right story to be conveying. Where are we going?
We're going to Kelly's house. And you want to know what we're celebrating?
Alright.
Her 40th birthday.
You're almost there. Melissa brings out like candy underwear and bra top.
Melissa's like the dirty one in the group. She really is. And it was hysterical because everything she's pulling out of the bag, she was trying to slip behind the pillow and take home later.
And that is where I totally agree with Christy.
It's so cringy.
She's like trying to try on the bra with Kelly in the bra.
It's weird. And then they're playing a very not safe for work game. It is nice to see them acting like real people. However, this scene in particular just makes me cringe.
Guess what day it is, y'all?
What day?
Competition day.
They're loading up the bus, and Christy gets some bad news, and unfortunately has to decide whether to rush to her grandmother's side or to be with Chloe, which I think is sad.
I hate this.
Yeah. But I do think that Kelly is being a really great and supportive friend, saying that Chloe's going to be fine if Christy goes to be with her grandmother, which I think is sweet. But at the end of the day, Christy's going to the competition.
My grandmother has been an incredible supporter of Chloe since day one. And my grandmother would have said, don't be ridiculous. You go get on that plane and do what you need to do for Chloe. You come back and see me. I'll be here.
Go get on the plane. Just do it. You need to
Something-
be there for Chloe.
Yeah, which is something our mom would say.
100%.
Yeah, she'd be like, I paid good money.
Excuse you. I raised you better than that.
Are you actually dying? No. Okay, go. And now they're here at the competition.
We're at Star Power, and it's a really big competition, y'all. The judges are going to be looking for technique, choreography, performance, and costumes.
We hear this literally every single week. Thank you, Abby, for reminding us.
Do we, though?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But if you looked at the panel of judges, if you looked at their faces, they all look very serious. And then you see the one guy on the judges panel, and he's like jamming out.
There's people here from all over the place. And the reason is this is the last regional to qualify for their nationals. So I need you to be on the A game today.
Oh, but then we learn she's bumping Maddie up. Color me surprised.
I know, I hate this.
I can't believe Abby bumped Maddie up into Chloe's age category. It's just typical Abby. She can't let Chloe just have her day. She always has to make it about Maddie.
I really don't want Maddie bumped up into my age category because I feel like I have a better chance of winning first place if we were in separate categories.
Cue the tears.
It's sad.
Abby's horrible.
And then we're on the hunt for Brooke's solo costume.
Oh, God. She puts on that costume.
Does it look like 13 to 15
She looks
age?
like Pennywise the clown.
And it really is awful. And
Oh, Brooke. I apologize.
yeah.
It was awful.
And my question is, why is Abby acting so shocked like she's literally seeing this for the very first time? I thought that she tells us every other episode that she takes great pride in designing her costumes.
Also, but why hasn't Brooke tried on the costume before now?
Again, another very good question.
Like that, I don't understand that. Why hasn't she tried on the costume before now? That is ridiculous to me. How do you know it's not 16 sizes too big and needs to be taken in? Or 14 sizes too small?
Or makes you look like Pennywise the Clown.
I mean, really though.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. I don't know why Abby is shocked and looking like she's only ever seen this right now. And then I don't know why Brooke hasn't tried it on.
Right, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me.
And the moms all bitch about how expensive the costumes are. Well, ladies, if you're paying that much money, I would expect to see the product before my child has to put it on their body and go on stage immediately.
So then Abby asks Kathy if she minds if Brooke tries on Vivi's costume for her duet that wasn't aired.
And Kathy's not happy.
Brooke gets handed her costume. It is probably the ugliest costume I have ever seen. And all eyes fall on Vivi's top. And all of a sudden, Brooke is now wearing Vivi's top. Vivi finally gets a costume that is a custom-made costume, and we have to now share. I'm not happy.
Now, I do understand where Kathy's coming from. She's like, I just had to put my kid in that awful bee costume.
Yeah.
It was iconic, Kathy.
Yeah.
Iconic. But at the same time, she just got a custom costume, and that's like super special.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
That's not something that you get every week unless you're Maddie. But for Vivi, it was like super special, and I get it for Kathy. Like, she wasn't happy. But also, I would have been like, at the same time, I would have been like, hell no, you're not touching that costume.
I agree. I would have said no originally. I wouldn't have let Brooke put on the costume, get prepared to dance, and then do what she does here in a few minutes. So that's a whole different situation. Chloe's up, and she looks really, really cute.
Oh, she's adorable. She's like ready to do that French dance. She's ready to knock it out.
Yeah.
It's really important that I make my mom proud of me, and when I'm dancing, I always look for her in the audience.
When I watch Chloe dance, it is such an amazing feeling for me. It's like magic. She is my little girl. I love her more than words can say. And when she's on stage, she's perfection.
And I think it's really cute. I think Chloe does really good in this number. I don't think it's overall her best. I definitely don't think it's the most challenging piece she's been given.
I agree with that. I don't see the level of difficulty that she needs.
Yeah, to win. Absolutely. I mean, I think it's a cute piece, but I definitely don't think it's competitive.
Right.
Against
Well, I mean,
Maddie's.
obviously we know
Yeah.
who's gonna win.
Beautiful is kind of a difficult dance, and I really like the challenges, and I'm not afraid of competing against older girls because I'm used to winning every dance I do.
With her lipstick on her tooth.
Bless her.
There's other kids on the team who've worked hard, and Abby should have left Maddie in her own age category because then Maddie could have done that category, Chloe could have done this one, Brooke could have done the next one. She moved Maddie up so that she would make sure that Chloe didn't win.
Okay, and what I say to that Abby said it earlier in the episode. She said it earlier in the episode that she wants a kid in each age division winning. So why are you moving kids up that you know are going to win an age division?